Hello, everyone, and welcome to my weekly message. This week is Parshas Beshalach. It's Shabbos Shira. We read about the splitting of the sea, and towards the end of the Torah portion, we have the story of how Amalek, the nation the first nation that attacked the Jewish people after the miraculous Exodus and the miraculous splitting of the sea. The first nation to attack the Jews was Amalek, and one of the only nations that God commands that they must be destroyed completely is the nation of Amalek. Why is that so? Amalek represents the baseless hatred of for the Jewish people. There was no reason whatsoever why Amalek attacked the Jews. It was only for their utter contempt and again baseless hatred that they attacked them. They weren't going to take away their land. They weren't going to be a threat to them. They did not provoke any attack. And here we see that there are times when the Jew needs to defend themselves simply because, unfortunately, the enemy is only out to destroy them. Spiritually, this represents the apathy that we have in life. Amalek represents that coldness, that the indifference that sometimes we have, and we have to have that excitement and that feeling. It's interesting that the Midrash says that Dasan ve'Aviram, the two rebel rousers that always brought trouble against Moses and instigated the Jewish people against God and Moses, they were saved during the splitting of the sea. As I heard a very fascinating interpretation, because they were the ones that when Moses came to Pharaoh and demanded the Jews to let my people go, Pharaoh made it even more difficult for the Jewish people, and it was Dasan and Aviram who actually came to the defense of the Jews and said, "Why? Look what Pharaoh is doing now. He's making it worse for us." And they even though they rebelled against Moses, but they also had a feeling. They had a certain they had a sympathy, empathy towards the Jewish people. This is the lesson that when it comes to Amalek, we have to get rid of that feeling of indifference, of apathy, of not caring. We have to try to find within ourselves to care. And in reference to our enemies, we have to ensure that we see, unfortunately, the calls against Israel is not that they want peace. It's not that they want a two-state solution. Even they want a one state, which is only the Palestinian state. They don't believe in Israel. They don't believe in a Jewish state. They don't believe in Jewish people to live in Israel. And we learn from the past not to accept this, and we have to, as Israel's determined to destroy Hamas and all those who vow against who vowed to hurt and to destroy Israel, God forbid. And this is the lesson that we have to, from this week's Torah portion, not to be apologetic, not to be doubtful, not to be indifferent, but to be strong and very clear in our message of truth, and that is that God gave us the land of Israel. We have to be proud of it, and we have to also be proud of our heritage. Never to be apologetic about it, and to be certain that we fulfill God's mission and hopefully bring the world to a better state. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom, and please join us for Shabbat services. Candlelight for New York metropolitan area for Friday, January 26th is at 4:49. Shabbos ends 4:51 tomorrow, January 27th. We will have services tomorrow morning at 10. First, we have a class at 9:30. Followed by reading of the Torah, Musaf, Mincha, and a small Kiddush in honor of Shabbos Shira. Sunday morning service, 8 a.m. followed by breakfast. Sunday Hebrew school, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Sunday Fun Day, 12 to 3 p.m. There's a special trip planned for this week, God willing. And Monday night we have 2 classes for women at 8 p.m., for men at 7:30. And then we have also the Torah portion class on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. as well. We're moving the the men and the Torah classes to 7:30, both Monday and Thursday. I want to take this opportunity to thank my wife, Bella Yusubov, and Anusha, and all those who helped prepare for an amazing Tu B'Shvat Seder we had here at the synagogue. You'll see the pictures on the email and so on. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom, and may this Shabbos bring joy, as it's a Shabbos Shira, Shabbos a song, and peace, and hopefully ultimately the ultimate revelation, as we learned that how do we know there'll be the resurrection of the dead from this week's Torah portion where it says Az Yashir, that then it will be sung, meaning there will be a time where Moses again will sing together with all the Jewish people the song of redemption. Shabbat Shalom and all the best.